Hey, Stars. How are you? I'm still out partying. Oh, which ones do you like, Stars? You got a favorite? One that puts a big smile on your face? Oh, thank you. Hey, Marianne. How you doing? Where do you live, Stars? Florida, and a girl. What part? Hey, Samka. How you doing? You have a fellow Floridian on the chat. Oh, okay. I was looking through a thing on the internet. I already knew this, but in Tampa, you've probably been to Burns Steakhouse, haven't you? Yeah, they had a listing in one of these magazines at Barnes and Noble, the best steakhouse in every state. Sure enough, Burns was listed. Had some killer clouds lately. I got a little bit today, but I got a late start today, and where I drove to was quite a ways away. I did get some video, not a great day, but good. But I should have got some more time lapse. This is how I get these time lapse cloud videos, just like this. I only have about, let's see, maybe another 20 minutes of light. Yeah, you have, if you want to go really have a nice experience, seriously, go to Burns Steakhouse. They have a dessert room. They grow all their own vegetables. It's prime meat. I mean, it's really good. It's expensive. It's not, you're not going to eat there every day, but if you like a nice dinner, you can't beat that place. It's like old school white tablecloths. Cocoa Beach. Hey, Simca, did you see where that airplane crashed on Cocoa Beach? That was a T-37. There's a YouTube video on it. No big deal. You can get those pretty slow. Oh, okay. Do you work around Tampa, Stars? Oh yeah, did you see where that plane crashed? There's a YouTube video on it. Cocoa Beach, plane crashes on Cocoa Beach. You're lucky you got to see that. Most of them, I think, are going to get canceled. Ron Johns. Oh, really? Oh, that a girl stars. Oh, okay. Cocoa Beach is right around where the water starts looking nice. From Cocoa Beach north, it's kind of murky, crappy looking. The ocean around Hilton Head sucks. Looks like the Mississippi River. Yeah, she just had a hamburger. She likes licking the wrapper. See the wrapper there? Hey, Karen, how you doing? You know, I learned, I've had places where you couldn't hear anything, been out in the middle of nowhere for months where you couldn't hear anything. This is going to sound crazy, but I remember when I was younger, I was thinking people were crazy by living near an expressway. But I don't think that anymore. I wouldn't mind living by an expressway at all. I like seeing the cars go down the road, and I like hearing them. Oh, that's cool, Scarlett. Scarlett, where do you live? Daisy's snoring mainly is because she's got allergies. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, okay. Are you glad you moved? Oh, really? Where'd you move from? Oh, okay. Yeah, you wouldn't think, people that haven't been to both places, they would think, God, you got it made, you're moving to Tampa. Watch that movie, The Florida Project. You'll appreciate it. Didn't get a lot of attention, but watch it, Florida Project. It sums it up pretty well. And they couldn't have filmed it in a better place, Kissimmee, Florida. Yeah, yep. That was that girl's first acting job. First acting job. Oh, okay, yeah, right. I was just down there about a month ago. Forget the name of that town, right on the other side of Louisville. Yeah, I know where you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you mean. You got any chance of getting out of there? Or are you in too deep? Oh yeah, Hirschbarn's cool. That's where I stayed when I was in Louisville, Hirschbarn. It's not really Louisville, but that's a nice town. Barnes and Noble, a lot of good places to eat. Yeah, Anchorage is cool too. You must have been watching my videos. That's a cute little post office they have in Anchorage. It's crazy. It's only open part-time. Hey, Debbie and Dave. Look what I got. Recording. Oh, is it? Probably 5G. Good 5G here. Oh, 20 years, you poor thing. I don't blame you. Put that business up for sale. Hey, Don, how you doing? You know, I'm doing this time lapse now, but I'll show you when I leave. There's a favorite restaurant that was a big time restaurant. It's right behind me. It's vacant, all vandalized. Used to have to wait in line to go in there and eat. Windshielders. Anybody on here from Michigan? Hey, Drowsy Doll. Hey, Shonda. Hey, Debbie and Dave. Did you guys ever get out here to Jackson when Windshielders was open? Yeah, I tried to. I mean, those PF Jangs are hit and miss. That's a good one out there, though. That was a good dinner. Really was good. I got about half of it in a bag. I'm going to eat the rest later. Yeah, it is a beautiful state. Yep. Hey, Debbie and Dave, you guys ever go to Windshielders when it was open out here in Jackson? Now is not the time to own a restaurant, believe me. Love these clouds. Hey, Mrs. Intense. Oh, yeah, I've been all over. Yep, North Carolina, sure have. I was just in South Carolina about a month and a half ago. Yeah, it's all right out there. I don't think I want to live there. I'm in Jackson, Michigan. Actually, a little bit east of Jackson. Oh, is it stars pretty much through? Oh, no kidding. That sucks. Head back to southern Indiana. Here's a lot of businesses that are pretty much through now. It's tough out there. Yeah, she's snoring. Oh, I like Ohio too. Love that place. I've been like this, like I've said my whole life, but well, I'll tell you, the days of the small business are dwindling. Roadside stands, little party stores, gas stations out in the middle of the nowhere. Killed, dead. Malls. I was just in the mall in Lansing today. Waverly Mall. Boarded up stuff, vacant. See, they had a Yonkers attached to that mall and it's vacant. Ann Arbor, same thing. Sears, vacant. There wasn't hardly anybody in this huge climate-controlled mall. Nobody in the stores. You know, it's hard to bite the bullet and just leave. You keep thinking things are going to get better because you're in so deep. You can't afford to leave. We have a strip mall where I live. It's about the same way. About ready to go south. Hey, Marco, Mom. Yeah, it's crazy. It is, man. Feel bad for these people. See, gas is slowly creeping up. They're doing something on Goddard there near the airport. It's really pissing me off. I can't drive by the old dead tree. It's blocked off. I can get off there and go up to East Ecorse, but it's not the same. I just checked into the hotel for another week today, too. Just gonna party for another week. Supposed to get crappy weather Tuesday and Wednesday. I hope we do. So I can stay in and read. Yeah, that was a really good dinner tonight. Great dinner. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I know what you mean, Stars. Yep. Frankenmuth, yeah, they were hurting there for a while too. There's about 3 families that own everything there, and these water parks are shut down, which is a big deal there. The chicken place that killed that, Bronner's, they were closed a lot for a long time. I don't, I don't go to Frankenmuth one much. It's a kind of like it's just not my kind of place. It isn't close for me, believe it or not. It's not that close, and it's out of the way, and it's all these bullshit tourist trap things. I think Kentucky Fried Chicken's better, to tell you the truth. So I don't have any reason to go there. The guy that bought my sister's McDonald's lives there. He's a pretty good guy. And that damn those kids that are trying to act like Led Zeppelin. What the hell's their name? Greta Van Fleet. They're from Frankenmuth. Hey, mister. Hey, Faye. I don't know about you guys, but Greta Van Fleet, they just strike me as like Spinal Tap. It just doesn't work. Kung Power, everything, yeah. No. Daisy got quite a bit of exercise today. Those clouds look so cool, just the randomness of them. That's what I like. It's been really great cloud weather lately. I like to just be up there in a hot air balloon. It wouldn't be that high, but I like the idea of it. You lose 2 degrees Fahrenheit for every 1,000 feet. So I'd say it's about 1,000 feet here. I think it's maybe 50. So you don't have to go that high to be frozen to death. Oh, it's dark in Florida? Yeah, still light here, yeah. Although, to be honest with you, this phone makes it look lighter than it is. Sunset, I think, was at 8:18 or something like that, and it's 8:28. So you're just seeing the sun head around the side of the earth now. But the phone makes it look lighter, but it is pretty light. I mean, you wouldn't need a flashlight or anything. What time do they list your sunset at, Simca? I bet over in Tampa it's about like this. You're a skinny state. I'm surprised it'd be dark there by now. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. Isn't that a good time, man? Once you get the hang of using it, there's a whole bunch of stuff you thought you recorded that you didn't. That happened to me on that damn Fermi video. Was that bastardized file? I don't know how that happened. The time-lapse cloud videos I like the most. You got to get that pole next. Who the hell needs a drone with a 30-foot pole? Plus, you can't use those drones most places, or a lot of places. Glad you like it. Oh, is it Dark Stars? Wow. Hey, Glenn. Huh. Oh yeah, believe me, there's no talent to a GoPro. You maybe don't get it as good at areas, but you know that GoPro. Uh, you can just stick it on your roof or out your window. Have you tried that night time lapse yet? That's good. And the photos are good too. I go to places that I think, make it look good. Beaches, waves, underwater, all that stuff. Put it on your bike, your car, wherever. We smoke reefer, Seth. Pop gummies, and then we play old Led Zeppelin songs backwards. Van. Yeah, daytime time lapse. That's good. Yeah. There's some crystal meth coming into town. Dragon's milk. Yeah, I got a few of those left. I'd really like that dragon's milk. I like those strong drinks like taste peaty scotch. I don't like sweet wine. I like the bitter, strong stuff. I like stout beers. I don't like ales. I don't like that hoppy stuff. Dragon's milk's a good beer, definitely. I'll tell you what I noticed, I've been looking my ass off to get a train, use my Doka pole with a train, and I just haven't seen any. I've been trying to do this for the last month and a half. Oh, did you? You're lucky. Yeah, I don't like that Fireball whiskey. I've tried it. I don't like bourbon either. I don't like vodka. Tequila, once in a while I'll get a margarita. I do like good wine. Good whiskey, Scotch whiskey. I don't really care for the Irish whiskeys. I do drink Grand Marnier once in a while. I don't like cognac. I don't like Kahlua. Yeah, Captain Morgan's. I don't like that. Sucks. Well, I just checked into my hotel for another week, so same thing every day. Take photos, video, get a Big B coffee to start my day, hit the road, get home about 8, 9, 10. I'm about an hour from the hotel, but I've already eaten. I went to Walmart today. I got my Clarendon D's without a bunch of bullshit. Picked up some thing, got Daisy a bag of her treats. Tanked up on gas. I forgot one of my SD cards. I left it in the card reader, but it didn't matter because I didn't take any color photos, so I just took it out of that camera. And then I make my way back. Sometimes I'll get a little snack. Daisy just had her hamburger. So I'll probably get in around, what time is it now? 8:30. I'll probably get back to the hotel around 9:30, 10. I didn't take that much video today. I have some from over, and then I'll brush my teeth, pop a dragon's milk, start surfing the net, delete a bunch of negative comments, block a bunch of weirdos, flip through the TV if there's something good on. There was some good boxing on last night. I'll put it on mute, watch the boxing. Then I'll go over my photos, delete any bad ones. I usually try and take care of that before I leave an area. And then I'll start, I have such a slow connection there. Something is always uploading or processing. So I'll get back, there'll be a processed video ready to upload. There'll be that one of Erie that I uploaded earlier. Then what I do is I carry around a video camera, 2 Nikon cameras, and a GoPro. I download all my video for the day, reformat my video cards, put all my batteries on chargers, then it's time to party. Yeah, I read articles all night long and brush through my books and look at. I didn't buy any books in Barnes and Noble today. I don't. If it's something that's not really interesting to me, I just skip it. So I read, and then I read, and I bullshit around. I like watching that Weather Channel a lot while I'm messing around with my videos. Believe it or not, my days fly by. I'm not kidding you. I have a hard time getting to bed before 2. Oh, did you really, downriver? Wow. Oh, you're not kidding, man. You'd have to be crazy to eat fish out of there. It kind of gets me, but it's you're trying to juggle people's health with the popularity and the revenue needed to run a park. That's why the signs are so small. You get a giant sign, you get a yearly pass that you could read from space, and here you've got something that could have potential health consequences, and it's a little dinky sign with tiny writing that you don't even pay any attention to. And it's not even where you'd park and read it. And there's some pretty good damn studies on that. When you're whatever age you get cancer, you get that bad diagnosis, you're feeling like shit, you're getting some bleeding, whatever. I had friends of mine die from cancer. And then you go to the appointments with them. I had an older buddy that was a priest. And I witnessed that whole thing with him from beginning till end. I mean, end being death. And it's like anything, you're a little worried. And you're young, you don't think of it. When you get older, it's like, God damn, they tell you, well, we're going to take a biopsy and, we'll get back with you. Nothing to worry about. Just wait. Most biopsies are negative. And you go back there and it's like, well, this is a small cell lung cancer. They don't tell you you're going to be dead in 6 months. They will if you really force their hand. But what they tell you is this is an aggressive cancer. We're going to treat it aggressively. So what I'm saying is, like with these pollution issues in Michigan rivers and the Great Lakes, the big cancers that there are pretty good links to, although it's not 100% definitive, is kidney and liver cancers. So you're 50 years old and you say to the doctor, God, why me? I didn't smoke. I wasn't a big drinker. It's like, God, we just don't know. Some people are genetically predispositioned. They tell you all this, all this is true. But the doctor never says, hey, how many catfish did you eat when you were growing up down in Flat Rock? Fish fries. Did you eat that white bass that you caught in the Detroit River? It's not that close of a link, and it's over a long time. So it's hard to connect the dots, even though there are studies that are pretty significant that this stuff is not good for you. But the doctor never tells you, it's those damn Friday night fish fries. That catfish. But it's something to be aware of. Oh, it's definitely different. You're always wondering, you're not feeling good or you're getting a test. And, when you're not feeling good when you're 18, it's like, you know you're going to be over this probably. When you're old, it's like, I can't believe I've lived this long. I'm not kidding you. Some days it's like, and I've been hanging around a lot of places where I hung out when I was young. And I'm thinking, my God, man, I was down here walking around 50 years ago. Can't believe I'm still alive. Yeah, they do. Actually, it was kind of surprising when I was looking through the pollution down there around those areas. They are showing a 14.3 increase in cancers around those nuclear plants. And what they're doing, there's a chemical that forms, and they're getting people to donate baby teeth that fell out. And that's how they're analyzing it. They're trying to get to the bottom of it. But I'd be curious where this radiation is coming from. I don't think it's coming from the water discharge. I don't think it's leaking out of the reactor. I couldn't find that anywhere, and that's what I'm most curious about. Yeah. Yeah, hard to say. Wouldn't that be a drag? You read all these health magazines and you try and you eat fish instead of red meat, and the fish you were eating were worse than any meat that you could have had. Yeah, thyroid cancer. Hey, Lana. Lana, did you get that car? Well, when I was living in Florida, I was into parrot breeding for a while. So were a lot of other people. And there was a big deal, and there was a higher incidence at Loxahatchee, Florida, higher incidence of cancer amongst babies that seemed to be born and grew up around these high tension wires. But they sued and had government analysis, and they never really were able to connect the dots on that. And it didn't seem to affect the parrots. Yeah, they sure seems like some strange people. No, I never go over to Elizabeth Park. I had a high school teacher of mine get caught trying to blow a sheriff in the men's bathroom there back in the 70s. Paul Ator. What a prick. A month later, he was on Hollywood Squares with Paul Lynn. Yeah, talking parrots. Good, Savina. How you doing? Well, I think I'm going to kill my time lapse here. Now I always play it, see how it came out. That's not a bad one. Hey, Mary. No, I don't know what the deal is. I don't know him. Neither's my friend. Well, keep trying it. Hey, any people from Michigan? Did you ever get down to this famous steakhouse that's been vandalized and out of business? I'm gonna look it up when I get back. Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's easy too. You just push a button. But this was a super famous restaurant. I probably ate here 10 times. It was kind of out of where I hung out. But we used to fly up here and they'd pick us up at the airport and bring us over here. Now it's just a wreck. All vandalized, spray painted, empty. Shit laying all over, parking lot all overgrown. This was a high-end place to eat at one time for like years. See, they had Jackson on the roof. It was a popular place for people to fly into. You could get a nice dinner and they'd pick you up. See how they had Jackson on the roof? This place was around forever. Windshields. Yeah, windshields. I don't even know. It looks to me like it may have been a brew place for after the steakhouse failed, but I don't know. If anybody has any info on that, I'd be curious. I'll look it up later when I get home. Partying. No, I get down to Sumter quite a bit. I don't know where it is, to tell you the truth. Marijuana. It's kind of a weird entrance ramp here. Oh, really? Is a brewery? No kidding. How long ago was that? Hey, Carl, how you doing? Oh, really? Yeah, so windshielders could have been out for a long time. I see they have a massage parlor open out here in Jackson. I thought they pretty much found a way to shut all those places down. Yeah. They say Massagy here. It's like, how'd you know? It's like, excuse me, ma'am, I know you understand English better than you speak it. Have you went through my locker yet and looked through my ID? You know, Weber's, I haven't been there in a long time. Yeah, that was a big deal. I don't know how that place is doing. I mean, I would go there. That was like a big deal to go to when I was around there. I don't know if they're still doing well or not. I never thought their food was that great. There were better places to eat. You ever eat at Knight's over there? Knight's Steakhouse? They own a butcher shop too. Love you long time, that's right. Yeah. She said massage here. I'm in Jackson. I had a girlfriend find a receipt, believe it or not, for massage parlor one time. That didn't go over well. I was able to bullshit her into thinking that it was just a massage and that every place wasn't an underground horror house. Yeah. Yeah, I think they ought to make all that stuff legal. You know, a lot of women seem to, they always think, I don't know why a guy would, he doesn't seem like he would have a hard time getting a date. Why do men go there? I'll tell you why. It's a lot less bullshit. That's why they go. It's a no-brainer. You just get to the good part within an hour. That's hard to do in the real world. And as far as I know, last time I checked, if you're 65 years old, I think that's about the only shot at getting a massage by a 20-year-old you'll ever have till the day you die. Walk in there, it's like, oh, this is Janie, this is Sushi Shoe, this is Susie. Oh yeah, right, great, man. I don't care what it costs. Oh, it's a real good massage, that's for sure. Yeah, they can, most of them. Even Ann Arbor got heavy on the massage parlors after a while. Yeah. When Match.coms fails you, it's time to hit the road to the massage parlor. My dad told me as a kid it's as cheap as it's ever going to get. That didn't make any sense at the time. Because even back in the day, it was about 50 bucks. Yeah, I had an old Jewish lady tell me one time when I was a teenager that sex was for young people. Yeah, that's true, Simka. It's true. Well, if you buy these books and you watch Dr. Phil or his wife, you're supposed to get to a point where it's the love from the inside, that your hearts have melted together and it's a different kind of love. Yeah, I'll say. I was thinking about that today, but I do think that I do think men have a bigger bite at the apple than women do when they age. I'm not trying to sound chauvinistic or anything, but I just think they do because I've seen some not so great looking men with some really attractive women, and it's the old adage, it's not what you look like, it's what you whisper in their ear. And I think with some people that works. With some women it works. I mean, they can find like an intellectual discussion or something along those lines, very attractive, and where a man has a difficult time with that, that looks are, if you can't get over the looks hurdle, nothing's happening no matter what kind of conversation you're having. I think another thing that might happen too is some guys never had much sex, and then their wife died and they're 65 years old. So if you weren't very experienced and you've never been around the world, maybe it's still exciting. It's just a guess, but nothing else makes sense to me. I mean, when's the last time you walked into a topless bar and all the women danced and were 60 years old? Never. Yeah, I mean, you're always, this is one of these hot potato discussions. It's easy to get set up on it. You're with some other couples, and you've got some Nazi feminist, and she's just itching for an argument about being shallow. And I tell people all the time, you really want to get some older women pissed at you, start talking about younger women. I mean, there's a day that comes with all attractive women when the bag boy quits flirting with. My wife told me one time that she noticed when I was talking to attractive women that my demeanor was entirely different. And I tried my ass off to deny it, and it just couldn't do it. It probably was. It wasn't, it was just, I said, well, what's the deal here? I mean, I'm showing natural emotions. What do you want me to do? Get pissed? This is what arguments start of. Yeah, I seem to be in a better demeanor when I'm around attractive women. I mean, is this a news break to you, you dingy bat? No wonder I eventually left her. I did start camouflaging it better later on, though. I'd say, oh, this woman's attractive. I'm going to have to just pretend she's not. I start thinking of Mama Cass. To wipe that smile right off my face. Yeah, but you're pretty damn sharp, Simka. Your husband probably learned a long time ago what was going to fly and what wasn't. You could have your back to him and somehow read his facial expression if there was a difference. And he probably knows that. Yeah, I recommend doing it. You meet a really pretty girl, attractive woman, and it's like right away think of Mama Cass. My wife would say, you've come a long way with the way you interact with women. I didn't tell her I was thinking of Mama Cass. She said, I noticed that you just don't have this facial expression of effervescent joy, that you treat them as a human being. It's like, yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I try to treat everybody the same. Damn nose grew out like 28 inches. Well, I mean, I think there is an argument that it's disrespectful. I think it is. Yeah, those 90-year-olds and that STD. I mean, that almost sounds like bullshit. They're probably getting sex and they don't even know how they got it. Probably got dementia. Yeah, you got it, Buttercup. That's no shit. Words to live by. You're going by Jeff Daniels' house, Chelsea. You guys probably know it already. His parents own that Chelsea lumber. I mean, not super rich, but pretty good upbringing. I'd be curious, like, what it's like for like young people out there now with this COVID bullshit. Shit, it was hard enough having sex when before COVID was around. Then that goddamn AIDS popped up, and everybody that freaked everybody out for a while. Luckily, that wasn't a concern until it started to like not matter anymore for me. I mean, when I was in college, it wasn't any big deal at all. It was great. And I just wonder what these college campuses are like now. If it's like, or if you're just young and naive and you don't think you're going to get it, or these guys aren't getting having sex because the girls don't want to get COVID. You know, that kind of stuff. Anybody got a feeling about that? What's going on out there? About like young people and sex now, if this COVID's put a wrinkle in that, or STDs are high, and I just wonder what it's like on college campuses now, or if it's just young kids and they think it's never going to happen to them, or it's really affected sex life in college campuses. I mean, what a travesty that would be to not be able to have sex, not because they didn't want to have it with you, but because they were afraid of COVID. What a drag. Be walking around with a handheld digital thermometer in your pocket. It's like, no, no, shoot this on my forehead. Oh, 50-50. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're probably right, Stars. Probably that would be my guess. Instead of carrying around a rubber now, you've got a tested negative slip in your wallet for COVID. Oh, really? They don't, huh? No kidding. Yeah. Yeah, AIDS. AIDS started coming in right after like my good days in college. It was out there, but nobody really, it was like for a long time. If you only worried about it, and then, that kind of turned around, and then it was a while before it kept girls from wanting to have sex. It was kind of like out there, but they didn't know, what was what, and wasn't costing any action. Oh, no kidding, huh? Wow. That's too bad. That's a good memorable part of being young. I tell people all the time, I wish I could get 1% that excited about anything. Isn't that the truth? Yeah, see, that was a little taken hold till about the time I graduated. That was about the time when that would have been, let me think of that. When you really started like worrying about it, I think probably around E2, and I was already out of college for a couple years. You know, for a long time, you could just like, what are you talking about? AIDS, man. I'm not gay. And you could pull it off, but then it kind of morphed around, and these women were getting it. And so I'm lucky. It was, I was having fun before then. Yeah, people thought you could get it from touching you. Yeah, there you go. It's about it. Yep. So I was long gone by then. Oh, see, yeah, you're 10 years younger than me. That would have been about right. Yeah. God, I'm glad I didn't that didn't affect me. It's like that's all I need now that they're showing AIDS videos and film strips in classes. I'll never get another blowjob. Yeah, but a lot of people got sued for that. I know Dennis Rodman got sued for it. I mean, you can get it from a carrier that's asymptomatic. That's the scary part. It's like a scratch off lottery ticket. I mean, you're lucky if you don't get it. I'll tell you one thing though, I can remember being in college where I met some cute girls, and if I saw a cold sore, you could forget it. I didn't want that. I didn't want herpes simplex 1 or 2. So a part of it is luck that you don't get it, you know? You hear these stories of people getting, those are the stories that you show to your teenagers. Look at here. Sally had sex one time and she's got herpes. It's like, oh no, I don't want those. Syphilis, gonorrhea, all that shit. That's what I tell people if I don't know them. COVID comes up. I said, man, this COVID, I know you're really upset about this, but I don't think about my herpes and syphilis as much. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah, that would really get to you if you said it's like, I think you're a good guy. I'm attracted to you. I would love to have sex with you. I really would, but I don't trust the COVID tests, and I don't want to get COVID, so I'm not going to do it. Monkey herpes? How do you get that? The truth of the matter is, if I got herpes now, which is pretty unlikely, it wouldn't really be that big of a deal. Who am I going to give it to? Nobody. monkeys herpes. Oh, you mean by just feeding them and stuff like that? Like skin contact? Yeah, I'd be feeding that damn thing with a doka pole. I'd take my GoPro thing off the end and put a hook. It's like, I like this job and these monkeys are cool, but here's your banana. It'd be 2 rooms over. There was, they thought that I had Reiter's syndrome one time, which was, now they call it reactive arthritis, because as it turns out, Reiter was a Nazi, a German physician, and they didn't want to give him credit for it after he found out he was a Nazi. So they call it reactive arthritis. And I later got the B27 gene analysis, and I did have like some kind of arthritic type place that would come and go. Generally, arthritis in an eye. But anyway, long story short, when I went to the University of Michigan, they wanted to know my sex partners, and I was like 18. I hadn't had any sex yet. It's like it's like they bring in a social worker. It's like, well, this is from sexual contact. And if you read about Reiter syndrome, evidently there were a bunch of sailors that got it from hookers someplace. Well, as it turns out, they later found out that you could get this a lot of ways. And I remember the doctor telling me that, it was bisexual contact, but there was a theory out there that wasn't proven that you could get it from another source, like spoiled milk. And it's like, oh, spoiled milk? Well, believe me, I don't drink spoiled milk, but I remember telling the guys, look, doc, if I do get it, and I did get it, I'd rather get it through a blowjob. If you gave me the choice of getting something, I'd rather have it through sex than drinking bad milk, wouldn't you? I mean, that's a no-brainer. I mean, I'm pissed that I got it, but shit, if you're gonna get it, I don't get it. He seemed really disgusted with that answer. Shit, yeah. If you gave me that scenario today, I'd still do the sex. I'm gonna have this arthritic condition, and I got one or two choices how to get it. No, I'll take sex. If I'm gonna get it anyway, who the hell wants to drink a glass of spoiled milk and get it? That's no fun. Yeah, his doctor acted like offended. Fucking douchebag. Yeah. Well, I can remember as a kid and being aware of herpes. I'm talking about like 12, 13. And I can remember these people kissing these babies in a communion at Catholic churches. And I think, whoa, this is crazy, man. You people think because you're in church, you're not going to get herpes? Well, now COVID kind of put an end to that. But if I'd ever had a baby, there's no way you're kissing my newborn baby. I don't give a shit who you are. No way. Now, my sister had they do C-sections sometimes to keep the babies from getting herpes. My sister had like facial herpes. And, supposedly if you get stressed out, blah, blah, blah. And my nephew had it too. And half those kids that he had it. If I get anything, I want to be asymptomatic. That's the one I want. Yeah, no shit. She'd have these big cold sores. Yeah, it's a fever blister. Yeah, that sounds better than herpes. The sun makes it come out. stress, whatever makes it come out. I'm glad I don't have it. Hey, Drowsy. What are you doing fast forwarding through my Lake Erie video, man? I gotta watch every second of those. See, now, that's not exactly my most favorited video, but I like watching that steam come out of those reactors. I probably have testicle cancer next week from standing right in front of the goddamn thing for over an hour. Here I am cautioning all you people not to eat the fish. And I got and I'm standing there in front of the damn thing taking photos. I probably got it too. Hey, Mohawkus. Sorry for any technical difficulties. Please try again later. You can hit your refresh button, but honestly, I don't think it's going to help. No, I never watch any of that shit, to tell you the truth. I don't. I don't really watch any of it. I don't care if they skip through it, never watch it, give it a thumbs down. I don't give a shit. I don't. Evidently, there's some deal where if they don't, people like you, they want your channel to do well, but I don't care about that. I've never once told anybody to do any of those things. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, it's great that you like the videos and that we've met and we have discussions and stuff. It's fun. Because without people interacting, it'd be nothing. But, you don't need to do any of that. Oh, you like that, BJ? Yeah. Like I said before, when I put music to something, there's a reason for it. Let me give you an example. Like, I thought, in my opinion, which is always biased because it's me, I like these country road videos. And if somebody that doesn't do these, they'll bitch because there's music on there. But here's the thing. They're assuming that it would be a country drive as if they were doing it themselves with the windows down. It's not. Speakers record sound differently than your ears do. And if I just played the video and didn't put music, you would hate it. You wouldn't be able to watch 2 minutes of it. I'd rather not. It's way more time consuming to me. But when you hear music on a video, there's a reason for it. And that's because the ambient sound is super annoying and aggravating. It would have killed you wanting to watch it. And I'm sure the music can be that way sometimes too. But I think it's a better choice. I'd love nothing more than to make doing those driving videos with the windows down sound the same way as if you were riding along, but they don't at all, not one bit. It sounds like somebody put a blow dryer right up next to a microphone and turned it on loud. Yeah, Susan, get a GoPro 9. You have fun with it. Debbie and Dave are having fun with theirs. It's a lot of camera for what it does. If you're dating, you can hide it when you're having sex. If you go swimming, you can put it underwater. You can take snapshots, put them on your dating profile. You can do time lapse. You can video storms coming in. You can tape it to your head on your bike. So many endless uses. You can hide it behind a plant and then leave and find out what your wife really thinks about you or your husband. The audio on it is killer. I mean, there's a lot of uses for a GoPro. If you're a car salesman, you can hide it behind a plant and listen to the couple talk about whether or not they're going to buy this car, and you'll know everything that you'll know the magic words. You reach back there, grab it. It's like, excuse me for a second, go back, play it. Although that's eavesdropping, that's a felony. In Michigan, unless you're part of the conversation, it's illegal. And when you're on the phone, you only need one-party consent. In Simca states, like Florida, you need two-party consent. If we're talking on the phone and I want to record you, I have to ask your permission. In Michigan, I don't. Yeah, it's a felony, yeah. But the thing is, it's just like it's a felony to damage an airplane. But when you're out in the middle of nowhere and you're the only person there and you're sure of it, I'm sure if you're trying to catch your husband fooling around, I don't think you're going to be too worried about getting charged with a felony because it's your house and you're the only one that's going to have access to it. So people don't mind breaking the law for reasons like that if it's going to benefit them and it's unlikely they're going to get caught. So yeah, it is a felony, but when you look at the likelihood of getting charged, it's pretty low. So when you compare your spouse fooling around to the likelihood of getting charged, it's easy to just go ahead and do it. Yeah, heading back to the Red Roof Inn. Better believe it. Home sweet home. It's a really clear night tonight. Yeah, it is. It's super clear night tonight. I'll tell you what I've noticed, which is interesting. Debbie and Dave, if you're listening, the night mode of the GoPro is very sensitive. You'll see things. If you can find a really dark place and just lay the GoPro flat so it's pointing straight up, and do the night time lapse until it runs out of battery, you're going to see all sorts of shit scooting across the sky that you wouldn't see with the naked eye. No kidding. Falling stars, satellites. Seriously, it's crazy. I'm going to do some more astrophotography, but I didn't bring the tripod, which I need, and I don't have my cable release, which is helpful. I will do it. This is the best time of the year in the Northern Hemisphere. I mean, it's cool, it's not like, you've seen one, you've seen them all. But it is fun to do. It'll confirm any suspicions you have about which way the Earth rotates, and it'll also confirm that the Earth definitely is round. And it'll help make sense of why the sun rises and sets at an angle. Really, it all fills in the blank in your mind. Yeah, night time lapse is excellent. No, you really like it, man. Do it. It's fun. It's really good. I wish they had the night mode on the video. But the night time lapses, you will love it. You're gonna freak out how clear and cool it looks. Yeah, take the night time lapse, point it straight at the sky, and just let it run till the battery runs out. You're gonna be surprised at the things you see, and you're gonna see the pattern of the stars move. And it really, I know it sounds crazy. You may know this already, but it makes sense in the rotation of the Earth. And it all kind of adds up why you see the horizon like you do from where you're situated. No, no. I mean, but a lot of time I know it's not flat, and I read it's not flat, and I've read a lot about it, but there's nothing like seeing your own videotape and the rotation of everything and the way things angle across the horizon, and how the sun's coming up and then how it's setting at an angle. It all makes sense when you watch your own time lapse of the stars moving around and the sun and the moon. It does. It really fills in the blanks in a way that doesn't come across in reading. Massagey here. It's going to be a good time in a massage parlor when the only towel they hand you is a doily or a washcloth. Things are looking up. You can always tell if you're in a legitimate massage parlor because you get the beach towel. That's the last thing that cute girl wants to see is your pecker. She makes sure of it with a 4x8 towel that she gives you to cover yourself. When you're in the Japanese and the Chinese, the Asian massage parlors, you get a washcloth. Yeah, really, yep. And if they're suspicious of you, if you kind of look like a cop and you approach them about what's next, they say, "What next? What you talking about?" It's like, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. 10 of my buddies have been coming here for 10 years. I don't know what you mean. Well, you better be a really good guy and be able to convince her otherwise, or she thinks you're a cop. It's like, oh, I'm lucky. I've got a carbon copy of a speeding ticket I got last week. Does that help? Cops don't give cops tickets, lady. Here's a speeding ticket I got broke off my ass for 20 over. Okay, that make me feel good. Now the big thing is, back in the day they were just trying to get him for running a whorehouse. Now it's sex trafficking, which is a big crime. You'll be seeing convicted serial killers getting out before you do. And if you look, it's like the RICO Act. If you look at sex trafficking, that's a wide net. I mean, it can be something as much as driving an escort from her house to a customer's house, transporting someone for the purpose of sex where money changed hands, and before you know it, you're looking at bank robber time. I've mentioned this before. Look at what happened to the back page, guys. That's a super interesting story. They say, "You so funny." Yeah, right. Yeah, even if money didn't exchange hands. Yep. But that's usually the cherry on the top of everything, the money that changed hands. I know a girl that fell on hard times and her fiance dumped her, and she was a paralegal. And she had a girlfriend that was doing escort stuff. And She asked my opinion. I said, well, it's a roll of the dice, man. They'll set you up, especially in hotel rooms. It's the police department is got the room wired and bugged. It doesn't take much anymore. It's not like you're taking a baseball bat to fit a giant TV camera in the wall. I mean, this shit's all dinky. You can hide it everywhere. So for it, you show up. Well, anyway, I told her she shouldn't do it because she couldn't afford a criminal charge on her record. Long story short, fast forwarding, she did it about a year, making money up the ass, trying to stick to hand jobs, and ended up taking a call in Oakland County where it was a room all set up by the cops. So they stuck it to her, and about 8 other girls got charged with solicitation, went through all the bullshit. When they have you by the balls that good, in other words, when they've got you offering what you're going to do, and money exchanging hands, and the audio and the video and all this shit, you're fucked. There's no reason to negotiate because they got you by the balls. It's not just some coming in there that looks like he's full of shit and nobody believes. They've got you. So in Oakland County, she got a public defender, and she's trying to say, well, could you get him to reduce this to trespassing or jaywalking? This is my first offense. I promise I won't do it anymore. This is going to ruin my career. He said, no, we're not dropping it down to anything. We think prostitution is a serious crime, and this is our way of combating it. And if you didn't want to get charged for it, you shouldn't have done it. Well, I eventually, I think 5 years later, helped her get that taken off her record. But it messed her up for quite a while. And then, actually it messed her up on a relationship too. The guy ran one of these goddamn Ben verified reports or one of those things, and it came back a solicitation charge, and it's like, what's this? And here's where the road forks. It's like, what's this? Like, so she did what everybody places such a high value on. She was honest. And the next day he dumped her. So, yeah. Actually, she eventually ended up getting married. I still keep in touch with her. Just one of these two. You'd be surprised at people that have sold themselves under certain circumstances. I don't have a problem with it. Anybody that asks me, I recommend it against it, because it can follow you around for a long time. And really, with all those things, here's my problem with it. And that is that I've never met anybody that was a escort, a hooker, a topless dancer, a peep show stripper. I know, how did I meet all these people? None of them were ever happy about their circumstances. And that's what bothered me. I don't have a problem with the sex part, and even doing it for money. And that's why I recommend, if somebody asks me, to not do it, because you deserve to feel better about yourself. Not that I think it's a big damn deal. And when in this culture, when women sell themselves for money, it does something to them. I've seen it happen too much. It just kind of lingers around in the back of their mind, and they try their ass off to keep it a secret. So you shouldn't, that kind of shit you pay the piper for. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, Kira. So that's my issue with it. Nobody ever comes up and hugs you and it's like, you know what? My life has been so great. I did over 2,000 lap dances, 4,400 blowjobs, and only had intercourse 100 times. And now I'm the proud mother of twins, and I love my husband, and just pray to God he never finds out. That's a lot of baggage to carry around. And that's also why sexual abuse and these pervert stepdads and stuff like this, that happened to Raven. And look where she ended up. Now, we'll never know if she'd have come from different circumstances, if her life had been different. But if I was in Las Vegas and we were betting, I'd give you 10 to 1 odds that her life would have been better. I've seen what that's done to people. These pervert priests and these people, school teachers, it ruins a person's life. Yeah, well, you know how it is. I mean, you can't bullshit yourself. That's why infidelity, don't do it. You know, uh, it's tempting. Who isn't married that hasn't run into attract people before? But you will pay a huge price for that, even if nobody finds out, because you know it, and that kind of shit just lingers around. And you feel bad about yourself, and you know you shouldn't have done that shit, and it's super selfish. It'll cost you more than it cost anybody else, but people don't seem to think about that, Asian. And also, this is looking back after years of experience. When you're young, you're thinking, oh, it's no big deal. I love my wife. I don't have any feelings for this lady. It doesn't matter. That's a deal breaker. I was just talking to a guy the other night that I've known for a long time, and he said I'm the only guy that he ever told this to. And he eventually did get divorced from his wife, but he screwed his sister-in-law. Now, he eventually got divorced anyway, but I'll tell you, even if you get divorced, man, I don't want that kind of bullshit in my mind. This is the way I look at it. I've done some fucked up stuff, but I look at it and I'm not religious. I'm not an atheist either. But this is the way I look at it. When the Grim Reaper comes a calling, and I get some bad news or a terminal diagnosis or turn into a quadriplegic or something like that, I know 100% that it wasn't because of some stupid shit that I had anything to do with. So that's a hell of a lot of an easier pill to swallow in my mind than if a bunch of bullshit I did caught up with me. Really, that sounds crazy, but I think I would feel a lot better knowing that it wasn't some stupid shit that I did that contributed to this. You've got a secret? Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people do. And some stuff you can chuck off to being naive, stupid. You really didn't know what you were doing, and I get that. But as you get older, that's what the Christians say. There's a lot of good things in Christianity that with age accountability, and that's true. When you're aware of something and you do it anyway, that's what they claim the Holy Spirit takes care of. If you're walking down the street and you look down, that wasn't like you went and bought a Hustler and looked. That's a bad example but you know what I'm saying? It covers you on things that were unintended. If you see somebody streaking at a football game. My dad told me, my dad was kind of a kook. He told me when I was a kid, man, if you ever do anything illegal, do it alone. And don't run your big mouth with some girl you fall in love with. I gotta thank dear old dad for that, because those were words of wisdom. Here's a guy with no lights on a motorcycle. That's just a reflection, it's not a light. I got the green light here, I'm gonna take it. You know, right around this area here, there's a lot of people walking on the side of the road and riding bikes with no lights. Now the lighting is pretty good right here, but south of here, it's not very good. Hey, Michael. Yeah, it is a good way to get hit. They're still gonna, you're not, they still have the right of way. And when we get up here, they've been working traffic really heavy here lately. I don't speed, at least once in a while I do, but I'm pretty careful about it. There's a guy that sits in a Crown Victoria. And I know the city doesn't have money because what they quit making Crown Victorias 15 years ago, the thing's probably got 1,000,000 miles on it. But he sits over here in a parking lot. Come a boy, sorry for the technical difficulties you're having. Please try again later. Yeah, it's been dead in Detroit, man. I'm telling you. I go down there in the morning, and I go down there. Now, I won't go down there tonight because I got back too late. But if I'm back like early evening, nothing. Nobody down there. It is deader than a doornail. I think the reason for that is these girls have had people help them get this stimulus money or whatever they call it. And, if you can get $600 a week or whatever they're getting to just stay inside and not have to go out and give $10 blowjobs, I mean, it's a no-brainer. They got this kind of messed up. No turn on red, 8 to 6. Well, I'm covered on that one. Yeah, they do get chicks. The smart ones do. Or they got somebody helping them. Yeah, they qualify. The problem is a lot of them don't have ID and bullshit and address. So you got to jump through some hoops, but now right around up here is where they've been really working this traffic heavy. See, it's 40 here, sitting on the side. You almost always see somebody pulled over. Thank God it isn't me. Now here's where a lot of the girls stay when they just get, they've been up for a week on crack and they're doing heroin and they got a few extra bucks. They'll come out and stay in these hotels here. The one I just passed is where I interviewed Kim and Amber, the Mona Lisa. But all these places through here, there's a couple girls standing out there, it looked like, are where, this is a straight shot down Michigan Avenue. And what'll happen sometimes is when they get out they're out like a week and they want to take a shower and sleep in a bed instead of a blanket on a hardwood floor, that's where they'll come out around here. Hey Simka, if he's trolling the channel, get rid of him. He's already asking people to text him and stuff like that, so I got a bad vibe from this guy, but I haven't been able to keep track of all the comments, but you know what to do. Yeah, get rid of him. Dolly, get rid of him. Block him. Yeah, thanks. See ya, Don. It was fun while it lasted. Hey Sheila, how you doing? Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, Wayne. Love all these downriver communities. Wayne, Inkster, Garden City. I like that Newport area down around Fermi too. That place hasn't changed at all. Looks the same. There's restaurants down there and like pizza places like I was at last night. Look the same as they did 50 years ago. Plastic chairs, plastic flowers, good food, cheap. See, now that's a topless bar back there, the Cricket. I see they're only open from noon till 11. They close at 11. Right up here is a massage parlor they shut down about a year ago. It's right in one of that building right there with the white sign. Cops sit down here in the morning too. It's a stop sign in this alley. Oh, men's clubs? Not around here, they're not. They got massage parlor right on the sign. Massagey? If you go in the places and they're white girls, they're from here, forget it. Oh, 99? Oh, that's cool. Massagey? Yeah, trolls, we get rid of him mostly. He's been on before. You never know. You'll have people that'll be around forever and you think they're all right. And then all of a sudden they'll start talking crazy like Don did tonight. Well, you guys, I think I'm going to sign off. So I hope everybody has a good Sunday night. And I'll see you tomorrow. There's a lady walking her pit bull. This is a beautiful dog, by the way. I see it in the daytime. Doesn't this look like a scene in the first 48? That guy talking. Yeah, have a good night, you guys. Party all night. Get some dragon's milk. Thanks for coming on tonight.